Hello, welcome to the weather updates around 10 o'clock, November 11th, 2022. Wishing all our veterans a happy Veterans Day. I do apologize last night. I just did that video, talking about the election, and I got it's just distracted me from the weather update, and I kind of forgot some stuff. So let me first go over yesterday's statistics. That's Thursday, which I didn't do very well. So we're starting off with the lows yesterday. Yesterday, not this morning. And you could see the radiational cooling that did take place, like in the Pine Barrens there, 30 degrees. A lot of us got into the 30s. It was pretty chilly Thursday morning. What a contrast from the way it is tonight. You can see also radiational cooling in the New Jersey Pine Barrens as well. Thursday morning, you could see here, down into the 30s, even 32 degrees there. So, yeah, some spots got below freezing. It was pretty chilly Thursday morning because it's going to explain to you what I'm about to show you. So these were the highs for Thursday. Long Island were generally in the mid-60s and low 70s in New Jersey. Again, that southwest wind over the warmer land made it warmer there. So last night I wanted to show you this because this was pretty cool. Last night I was in Rockville Center. And I walked by the field, like a baseball field, and because it was so cold in the morning, Thursday morning, there was fog. We had ground fog. Look at this little layer of ground fog here. It's pretty amazing to see. You could see sort of this layer of ground fog just near the ground, which is pretty cool. Showing you some more pictures of it. It was pretty cool to see. This you can see it rolling along the road there, which was pretty cool. And then I walked along this new path they put in. I'll have to take a video of it to show you. And you can see, if we look over here, this is a path, and there's like a little spot here. And take a look at the ball field on the other side there. I think I have a picture where I zoomed in a little more. You can see, again, there's that ground fog. So the ground was cold, and we had humid air moving in, and that's why we had the fog. And there's some fog out there tonight, too, as well. One thing that we got a break with, which was the rain. You can see, though, all this convection offshore. You can see firmly in the warm sector here. That's the remnants of Nicole right there. Looking at the radar, again, you can sort of see we're in a break right now. You can see there's some steady heavy rain over western Pennsylvania, western and central Pennsylvania. A line of showers and maybe some thunderstorms that will probably move through sometime early this morning. And then look at all this stuff offshore that's going. And I have a feeling there's probably a lot of lightning with that. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Well, not really, I guess. Not really a lot of lightning. Well, it is heavy rain, though. It's really, really tropical air that we're in right now. Looking at the Ventus sky, which I want to do right now, we want to do the rewind the radar for a little bit. We're going to go to like 8 in the morning and 10 in the morning, so you get to see the progression of the rain. We did have a period of steady rain that wound up occurring in the throughout a good part of the afternoon. And then right around 3, there's a tiny little break that lasted for maybe 20 minutes before these really heavy downpours moved in. And you can see them coming up over the area right now. You can see these heavy, heavy downpours. 4:30, here we are, 5 o'clock. You can see we had a little bit of a break, and then there was another another set of downpours that came through around 6 o'clock. You could see right there coming in. And, it poured. It got heavy when that rain did fall there. But now you can see we're kind of in a break now, and we will be in a break. I think we're done with most of the rain tonight. Let me go to underground. We're going to see how much rain has fallen right now. We'll look at our precipitation amounts, see how much rain we've gotten so far. And it looks like we've gotten 3/4 of an inch to an inch in some of these North Shore areas. The city also around an inch. Looks pretty uniform until we get to Suffolk, because it looks like the heaviest showers missed Suffolk County. And, yeah, they only have about 1/4 of an inch there. Barely anything on the east end. So the heavier rain seems to have occurred further west. Look at that, some areas of the Bronx and Westchester, over an inch of rain. So they got into the heavier rain, it looks like. And New Jersey around an inch. Toms River around 0.75. So, yeah, generally it seems like Suffolk County has missed out on the heavier rain. Of course, that's where we would like to have seen the heavier rain, but, getting some rain at least. But let's go to our current observations right now. And we'll go and look at those right now, because it's pretty disgusting out there right now. You'll see here, you see these wind gusts too that we're seeing here. Some pretty strong wind gusts in the southerly flow. Gusts up to 29 here. Here's a buoy that says 24. Let's see what the waves are there. Is it going to show us the waves? It is not. So yeah, maybe this one will. Let's see. Water temperature 62. Nothing. No wave observations on this buoy here. Let's see if we can get some wave. No wave. I don't understand why they don't observe the waves. That's like kind of important, you know? Let's see this one here. 36 mile an hour gust here at this buoy. Let's see if it's showing the waves on this one. No, nothing. Unbelievable. All right. Well, I'll have to go to the marine weather because I really want to look at that because we've got to worry about the coastal flooding threat, and we need to see the wave reports. So let's go over here. What are you doing? They just don't make it easy. Let's go to the latest summary right now. Get some wave observations. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, there's only a few. Yeah, that's why we're missing a lot. It looks like we have 8-foot waves out there right now. Well, I think it's going to get higher than that. So we got to watch for that coastal flooding threat. Okay, so you see the wind gusts here. Let's put the dew points in so you get an idea. We're in the mid-60s, upper 60s. Some areas like 68 with a dew point of 64. It's Shirley. Jersey, look at this. We're already 70 degrees already there. So 70 already at Howell, dew point 68. This is really tropical air here. It's really disgusting. You really feel the humidity out there. And there is some fog out there, too, as well, on Long Island because it's moving over the cooler water. But I throw these dew points in here, and you'll see dew points generally in the mid-60s and closer to 70 in New Jersey. I think Jersey is going to have some 70-degree dew points by the time this is said and done, for sure. So, yeah, pretty just insane humidity out there. Just not something you're supposed to see in November. We got to have the air conditioner on. It's disgusting out. It's just unbelievably bad. So let's go look at the rainfall. I'm not going to look at highs and lows because we'll be hitting our highs as of midnight probably. Precipitation. And we'll go and we'll look at the 24-hour precipitation and see another set of rainfall totals here. So you can see how the East End didn't get that much. More as you head around New York City into the Hudson Valley. That's where the higher amounts seem to be as far as the rainfall goes. So, yeah, we have pretty disgusting conditions out there again. Just gross. You know, you can see, we'll go right back to the station plot and we'll show you Islip, and you'll see how the humidity has come up throughout the day. So you can see earlier on today we had dew points in the low 60s. You can see dew points continuing to rise, and the southerly winds are picking up as well. Really getting in that tropical air, and it looks like there's some fog now being reported. Yeah, that's because of that humid air that flowing over the ocean. It's blowing over the ocean where the ocean water is coldest, so it helps keep Long Island a little cooler. Versus, you can see there's a 70-degree reading also in New Haven. So this is going to be record-breaking again, where I don't know if we broke any records today yet, but we will most certainly break the records tomorrow. I don't see anything about records being broken right now, so I really just don't know. So let's go and look at some of these records right now. Let's see if we can find if we broke any records or not. Let's see. Let's see. We're going to go to observed weather here, and let's see here. Islip. Let's see what the record was today. Yes, we set a record at Islip. The Weather Service didn't put it at 69. Broke the old record of 68. Yep. So there you go. Old record of 68 is broken, it looks like. So, yeah, there you go. Another day of record-breaking warmth, and we're going to do it again tomorrow, too. No mention from the Weather Service about that. I'm wondering if another climate site broke their record, but there you go. Just crazy warmth here again. No mention of, we'll go back to this for a minute here. Observed weather, Islip. Let's see if JFK broke a record here. No, they did not. LaGuardia, did they break a record? No. Islip, Central Park didn't, but I have a feeling Bridgeport did. No, not quite. No. So looks like only Islip broke the record for today. So there you go. Only Islip broke it. Wind gust up to 35 miles an hour right now at JFK Airport. 35 miles an hour now. So looking at the power out situation, Not really a ton of power outages out there. It's very scattered. No, I expect just scattered power outages. Go to PSCG Long Island, see if there are any power outages on Long Island. We have 532 people without power right now. Why did I put the water glass over there? I do apologize. But you can see some scattered power. This looks mainly on the North Shore, not surprising. And we will see some more power. Oh, there is one in Coram. Looks like, believe it or not, 76. So we have a couple of power outages out there. And there will be some scattered power outages. I don't expect anything widespread. But there could be. And there's one in Baldwin here. But, of course, mostly on the North Shore, middle. The South Shore is, not having any. Because, again, it's basically due to the tree limbs coming down due to the winds. And there are just more trees on the North Shore. So let's go to the models now, and we'll take a look at this storm here that we're going to be dealing with. And you can see this is the remnants of Nicole coming up, racing up through here, and it's going to be out of here by tomorrow afternoon. And then as far as the rest of the week goes, we'll have a dry weather for a good part of the week until we get toward Wednesday when this next storm system, this will be the next storm system that come bring us some rain. But you see definitely more of a troughy look to it, and that is going to mean colder weather coming. So when we go to the North American view here and we look at the jet stream, you will see that we have some troughing as we get into this week. So you start seeing some of that troughing there and some really strong winds aloft too. So yeah, it's definitely getting more active, and that's going to mean colder temperatures for us. We look at the height anomaly. See, right now we had that huge ridge over the east. Well, now we're going to have some troughs this week coming into the east. That's going to bring in some colder weather finally, and that's going to help keep, make it feel a little more like November. So if we look at the temperature anomaly chart, you will see here that with this ridiculous warmth will be done after tomorrow. We're going to start getting cooler. Sunday we're closer to normal, and then we're below normal for a good part of next week. And look at some really strong shots of cold air coming in. So we're finally going to see some cold weather coming in. It's about time. It's been way, way too warm across the area. It really has. So let's go and look at locally. We'll go back to this, and we'll look at the HRRR, and we'll go to the northeast view of the HRRR. Here we are, and you'll see most of the rain is done. We'll have a few more showers in the morning, and then you see that tight this pivot. This really concerns me, seeing an angle like this. This really concerns me for some really strong winds just ahead of this cold front here, right around say 8 o'clock or so, 7 or 8 in the morning, and then the drier air comes rushing in. And we see some sunshine. And then we have another chance with some light shower, maybe even a little more heavier showers because it's developing a low. This is the real cold. This is the secondary cold front that's going to come through Sunday morning, and that is going to bring in the much colder air. And there's going to be some instability behind it too. So Sunday is probably going to have a lot of clouds and maybe a couple of sprinkles behind it as well. So let's now go and look at our dew points. And you will see here that dew points are very high. That southerly flow. I wouldn't be surprised to see some 70-degree dew points out there. It's going to be humid till about 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we start seeing the drying west winds come in, starting in New Jersey and New York City, and then eventually making their way out to Long Island. We'll see dew points drop into the 50s, but it's going to be quite warm. We're going to really have to wait until that secondary cold front. So you see the dew points drop into the 40s. But we have to wait until that secondary cold front comes through Sunday. Then the dew points drop into the 30s. And that's your northwest winds, and that's going to be your cooler air that's going to come in. So looking at your temperatures, we're also going to be quite warm. Look at that. 60s possibly rising to near 70 in the morning. And then we're going to be possibly in the low 70s tomorrow, and then it'll drop to the 60s by, say, maybe 4 o'clock or so, then into the 50s by after 9 o'clock. But it's not going to really be all that cool tomorrow night. The coolest it's probably going to get is like low 50s. And then for your Sunday, that's when we see the temperatures start dropping, and we'll be probably struggling to reach 50 degrees with that strong northwest wind. All right. If we want to look a little further ahead here on the GFS, You see, as we go into Sunday, you see that cooler air, and then look what happens as we get into Monday. Only in the 40s for Monday, only 40s for Tuesday. And then you can see a little bit of a surge of warm air coming with this next system for Thursday that might try to make it over the east end there. Get it well up into the 60s, even near 70. But for us in the cool sector, we'll be in the 40s. So it'll be a cold rain. And then behind it, more cold weather. Thursday, mid-40s, 40s. So it's going to stay cool for a while. Here we go, 40s, 40s. It's all below normal. And we have a couple of days next week where we may struggle to make it into out of the 30s. So, yeah, some below normal weather for once, finally. This is also very dry air, so when we show you the dew points, you'll see. We shouldn't have to deal with any more humidity. Dew points below freezing, except for that system on Wednesday. We'll have to watch for a warm sector for that. There could be some strong winds with that, too. It is November, November is a windy month. The saying, gales of November. So let's look at the skies next. And we will do that now. So, starting off with the clouds, then we'll see some sun. This is the GFS, a low resolution. I know, we'll go into higher resolution models later. Sunday, obviously, I think we're going to have some clouds around. Monday should be very nice, mostly sunny and chilly. And then Tuesday, we might have to watch for some of those clouds coming in ahead of the next system. Wednesday, we have to deal with the clouds to the next system. And then Thursday, we'll have to wait and see what happens with this. It's trying to, stall a front off to the south or whatever. That's way in the distance, but by next Monday, you can see we have cleared out again very nicely. And here you go. So, yeah, some nice sunny, cold weather perhaps as we get to that period. It's going to be a little while away. So, let's go to the FV3. I don't think we have the zero. Oh, we do have the F0s in. Okay, so it's a high resolution GFS model. So you can see we will have some sunshine tomorrow in the afternoon, I think. And then Sunday, we'll be having some clouds. I think we'll see more clouds around on Sunday. Maybe not south. But certainly. And then Monday, it looks like more of a sunnier day. RGIM, which is your other model here for skies. Don't have enough of the 0Z, and we'll have to use the 18Z for this. So we start off with clouds tomorrow, and then the sun breaks out in the afternoon. And then for Sunday, we have a lot more clouds around. I think instability, cloudiness, just that cold air coming in behind that cold front. Monday, we should be mostly sunny. I think that Sarah stays away until the evening, at least for Long Island. So when we go back to the windy.com site, and we'll just take a look at some of these wind forecasts, wind gust forecasts, and wave forecasts. We did this yesterday, but we'll look at this again. This is using the European model. So you see here, wind gusts up to 39. Doesn't look all that bad here. What's the worst of it's going to be? Yeah, here we go. 4 a.m., 5 a.m. That's when it's going to really pick up right ahead of that cold front. That's when we're going to see those stronger wind gusts. We're looking at wind gusts now, and they could be gusting between 40 and 50 miles an hour. So that's when we're likely to see most of the wind damage at this time. Once we're at 11, you can see it's already pushing offshore that low-level jet, and we're starting to see the winds go to the west. And so that will help improve things. But, of course, the concern is the waves, and we get to this again talking about this coastal flood threat here. I don't know when the high tide is, but if it coincides with the high tide, we could have some coastal flooding issues to deal with, especially on the South Shore. Those immediate Bay Area Island areas, Long Beach, Fire Island, those areas could have to deal with some flooding and some beach erosion. So let's go now to the back to the Vent 2 Sky model. Let's just want to look at Cape, and then we're going to wrap this up. One more thing I want to look at here. I'm trying to remember everything. That's why you don't want to go too fast. Look at what happened last night. So Cape, we don't really have too much in the Cape to worry about. This is the Vent 2 Sky. You can see most of that Cape is offshore. So severe thunderstorms, I don't think we're going to see any, but it's mainly going to be the wind. We go look at these wind gusts here. This is the Vent 2 Sky site, and you can see some of these wind gusts here coming in. This uses a different model, the HRRR. You can see, again, right ahead of that cold front, so we're going to have the strongest wind gusts, and then the winds will still be gusty and breezy in the afternoon, but we won't be dealing with the stronger, damaging type of winds that we could have, cause some scattered power, just tree limbs to come down. All right, last but not least, climate report for you, the Climate Prediction Center, CPC, just to show you we are going to be colder than normal. There you go. You see the below? There you go. Look at that. 6 to 10 day, much below in the center part of the country. This is the 8 to 10. Why is it? No, this is the 6 to 10. So you can see much below in the center part of the country, and then that kind of moderates a little bit toward the end. But you can see if you're in the upper Midwest, you're really going to be getting into some cold weather. So that is going to wrap up this weather update. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.